So let's talk about meditation. I'm sure it's something you've heard of before, especially these days where many people are looking for ways just to switch off from this crazy outside world and maybe learn how to get some stress release or simply just to relax. Look, previously many people thought that in order to be successful in meditation that you had to become a yoga devotee maybe, or even take yourself off to Tibet and live amongst the monks. Of course, this is not practical. Meditation is achievable in many different ways. I mean, for example, let's say you enjoy painting or completing jigsaw puzzles or writing. These sorts of activities allow us the chance to focus our attention away from our daily lives, and in doing so allows us the opportunity to soothe the mind and to calm the physical body. But there is another way. There are so many techniques to meditate, and today though, I wanted to share with you the method that I use, that I have found the most beneficial and the one that helps me to soothe the chattering of my overactive mind. But on that point, don't forget though, our minds are designed to think. It is a misconception that in order to be completely skilled in meditation, that we have to remove all the thoughts from our minds for the whole duration of the meditation. For the majority of us though, this is not possible. And I want you to realize that actually it's okay to have thoughts in your mind when you're in meditation. It's okay. So here are my top tips to get you into a meditative state where you can feel some relief from maybe anxiety or chronic thinking. Tip number 1, get comfortable. This may sound so obvious to you, but trust me, if you start to meditate and you're not in a comfortable position, you will find that it will take even longer to get to that relaxed state. You might even give up. It makes sense, therefore, to spend a few minutes prior to meditating ensuring that you are setting yourself up for success. So to get comfortable first, choose a suitable place to meditate. Of course, if you're doing this during the day where you may be interrupted, choose a spot where you're able to reduce those interruptions. And I like to take myself away. Years ago when I used to work for an office in a car, take my car to the furthest place in a car park, lock the door, and that would be my space. So prepare the location wisely. Look where you will not be disturbed. Get yourself comfortable. In terms of course, temperature. There is nothing worse again than starting a meditation session where during it and halfway through you feel either too cold or too hot. So choose a space where you'll be able to sit comfortably for at least 20 minutes or so without having to adjust temperature. Also prepare yourself by making sure you've had a glass of water and you're not hungry. Again, it can be very off-putting and frustrating that when you start meditating and then you become suddenly thirsty or hungry. Any of these feelings that come into play are going to stop you from getting into that state. Clothing, again, simple preparation will set you up for success. Even if you're doing this in your lunch break at work, you can ensure that you are more comfortable. Maybe loosen a belt, maybe take off a jacket to feel less restricted. Of course, if you are meditating at home, you can be more suitably dressed and of course by wearing loose-fitting clothing in the first place. Tip number 2, use music. I like to prepare for a meditation by listening to a peaceful, quiet sound before I'm about to start, or singing bowls. 5 minutes of soothing sound will set you up perfectly. Tip number 3, if you are meditating at home and you do have access to one, I would light a candle, and I would do this prior to my meditation. So not only, of course, do I have that beautiful fragrance that's infusing into the room, but I also have the mood being set by the flicker of a flame. It's a great tool that I use myself, and I would recommend listening to music and watching the flicker of a flame at the same time if you possibly can. Tip number 4, breathing. Breathing is a wonderful way that will not only calm the mind, but it will see and soothe the body too. I like to start meditating with 3 long deep breaths. I like to visualize myself pulling air from the base of my spine and driving it all the way to the crown of my head. I hold it there for a moment or 2 and then I exhale. By doing this slowly 3 times, I find it calms the nerves and is a wonderful way that it prepares my body, mind and soul. Next, I like to visualize every part of my body relaxing. So I take each body part in turn and I play a little game to see if I can sense those body parts with my eyes closed. And I like to see if I can feel any tightness in those areas. It is worthy to note now though, if you are seated or lying down, this will work either way. If I sense any tightness in any area, then I literally and simply just send breath to that area as a relaxant. This is wonderful in 2 ways. Firstly, of course, it gives my mind something to do. And secondly, it helps my muscles to release as I am giving them permission to do so. This usually takes me between 5 to 10 minutes. It depends how long I have. And after this time, I like to feel that peace around me. And by doing this, I have the music playing and it will allow me to soothe even further. It carries me into that sense of calm. Now, if you don't have music, I would suggest simply listening to any external sound. Even the clicking of a radiator maybe, or the humming of a fridge. In fact, any sound that is consistent around you, rather than seeing it as a hindrance, you can use it as a comforting tool. I like to see in my mind's eye my body disappearing and merging with one with the universe. Now what I mean by that is that I try and become more of my inner self than my physical body. Now the method that I've used may sound a little bit crazy, but try it, it works for me. I want to imagine that you have a great big eraser and you have erased the outline of your body so that it merges with the surroundings. So where you end and your surrounding begins, blends perfectly together. This is a wonderful way to just experience existing without the need to attend to anything else. I find my mind is wandering sometimes. I simply say to myself, thank you mind, I appreciate you, but you can relax too now and I will call upon you after. Give your mind permission to do so. I would also say to myself, this feels good. I am loving not having to be anywhere or having to do anything right now. My body is relaxed, my mind is calm, and this is good for me. There are many other meditations that I do. For example, specific chakra meditations, new moon or full moon meditations, and of course meditations for manifestations. And I will show you all those other meditations in other videos, so maybe you can learn those too. I hope this has been a valuable video for you, and I can hope you can put these tips into practice. So why not now check out my 20-minute meditation in my next video. And thank you for watching Janie B Productions, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye for now. Oh, but don't forget, please do like and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.